Good morning, my beautiful Heart Train family, and welcome back to another live here on my channel. This morning we have something particularly spectacular to celebrate, as it is 35 years since the night that I first fell ill on February 23rd, 1990. I am so happy not only to be alive, but to be able to celebrate life, to be able to celebrate my legacy and my journey with every single one of you here on the Heart Train. So let's celebrate and let's party today. Welcome to all of our OG subscribers, our OG members, and of course all of our new viewers who are joining us for the very first time today. Thank you so much for being a part of our special community. If you are new, my name is Christoph. It's so nice to meet you. Welcome to the Heart Train. I would love for you to join our community by hitting that subscribe button, subbing up. The quick links are also in our bio to support. So please help us in our mission to move myofibrillar myopathy forward and join the Heart Train today. Guys, you could also show some love today. I hope that you guys will party with me for the duration of the live. Show some love by double tapping your screens, hitting that like button. Let's try to hit at least 55 likes today in honor of my anniversary. I would really appreciate the love. Also, you can take advantage of the super gifts or the ruby gifts, which are located in the 3-dot drop down menu as well. We have Lucy Cat with us this morning. Good morning, Lucy Cat. How are you, honey? A. Marks is here with us, our dear and loyal member. What's up, buddy? How are you? I hope that you're enjoying a wonderful weekend. I hope that you're all having a great weekend. Last night we had a lot of fun in our Saturday night interactive game night. We played the Great Debate Game. It was really interesting to see where some of you stand on certain hot take topics. We had a great time. Guys, if you happen to miss last night's live and you want to go back and check it out, you can do so in our One Man Three Hearts Alive Lives playlist. I do recommend that you activate the live chat replay when you rewatch, just because that's a great way to get the full experience. You can feel like you're really watching in real time. And also you can follow along with the comments that your fellow Heart Train passengers made. There was some really interesting feedback and perspectives that were given last night in our game night. But today, we are celebrating my life. We're celebrating your life. We are celebrating all of us that are fortunate enough to still be here. We're celebrating the gift of miracles, the gift of faith, the gift of love and support. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit of a backstory in terms of what exactly happened on that infamous night of February 23rd, 1990. And as you can see, I have a very special Spotlight Victory guest with us today, Mr. Donald Duck, who was a really, really big support to me, especially in those early stages of when I first got sick. I was just 6 years old back in 1990 when all of this happened to me. And as I'm sure you can imagine, I was very scared of the unknown. I was very confused about what was happening to me. Everything was happening so quickly and so fast, especially when my family and I had to be displaced from New York down to Bethesda, Maryland, because they just were not equipped enough to handle my care at that time. Ironically enough, my care has been moved now back to New York for the last 15 years or so, since my first heart transplant. And so I'm now currently being treated back here in New York, but for a great portion of my medical journey, I was being treated at the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda, Maryland. Now, before we begin, do you guys have any specific questions about that night or anything at all in terms of my history with myofibrillar myopathy? Good morning. She's a slut mess. Says, good morning, yay. You still have Donald Duck. He looks great too. My old stuffed animals definitely show their age. That's so funny. Well, I have to say that I have to give a little bit of credit to Mom for keeping him stored in such great condition. He was actually in a box for a good 35 years or so. And no, that's not correct because today's 35. So about 30, 31 years because I took him out when I moved here to this apartment, and I told my mom that I wanted to have him on my little credenza underneath my television across from my bed, just as a consistent reminder of how far I've come. And listen, it's been so many times that I have looked over at Donald in moments of fear, moments of sadness, moments of hopelessness, and it's really reminded me that I have to keep fighting, that I have a purpose, that my journey means something, that I have a mission at hand here to move myofibrillar myopathy, and I will never ever stop. I will never quit. Good morning, Elaine. How are you? Welcome to the party. How are you? Happy Sunday, everybody. Guys, it feels so good to be here. And today I'm really, really glowing in appreciation and gratitude. I'm really trying to soak that all in. I've been reflecting all morning since I woke up on my life, on the different stages that I've gone through, all of the crazy things that have happened since 1990, but also all of the beauty that I've been able to experience. I say this a lot that if we give up, then we also give up on the chance for things to improve. We give up on a chance for things to turn around and for us to be able to experience some really beautiful moments in life. I had a really dark period, especially when I was going through my second heart transplant, and felt like giving up. Obviously, I didn't, and thankfully, I was able to see my siblings get married. I was able to see my 6 nieces and nephews be born. I was able to achieve so much in terms of writing my book, co-executive producing, my bad, the short documentary of my life story, being selected as Influencer of the Year, becoming a certified health and life coach, having such a prestigious platform where I'm connecting with millions of people all over the world, helping people in their own personal journeys. So it's really important that we stay in the fight, no matter how dark and overwhelming it can be, because you just really don't know what potential you have to improve in the future. I do have a question. Shed says she's a slot mess. What was the dessert that was so important that night that you downplayed your pain to your mom? Oh, the night that my mom picked me up. So my mom is an excellent baker. Okay, she is really known for throwing down in the kitchen, and one of my favorite desserts is her homemade apple pie. And we had actually gone apple picking prior to my getting sick, and so my mom had made a bunch of apple pies for us and our family. So I had apple pie that night with some ice cream. I actually had some Haagen-Dazs ice cream, so I probably overdid it, which is what had my parents a little confused initially, whether or not I was just having a tummy ache or if I was actually having something more serious. 1111. Please join me in shouting out producer Jennifer Cascardo. Guys, as we set our intentions, not just for this week, but going forward in general, we have to embrace all the possibilities of good things and blessings happening for us. So I want you to take a few moments now to just set your intentions, visualize yourself being healthy, being happy, being prosperous, thriving in whatever it is that you hope to accomplish, achieving your goals this week, busting down challenges. Also, guys, let's show some love to producer Jennifer Cascardo, producer of One Man, Three Hearts platforms, the creator of The Heart Train, co-content creator, marketing strategist, the genius behind One Man, Three Hearts, and of course our live stream moderator that holds it down here in our live stream chats. You gotta have the apple pie a la mode, otherwise, what's the point? Exactly! Seriously, we don't half ass things here on the Heart Train. Okay, so guys, let me tell you a little bit about my buddy Donald and how he came into play. Actually, you know what? Let's start back on the night of February 23rd. So, February 23rd, 1990, 35 years ago. It was a Friday night, and I was actually at a Taekwondo class, a karate class with my brothers. I am one of five. I have my two brothers that live with me here in Jersey, and then my younger brother, who was not born at the time, lives down in Florida with my father currently. But at that time, I was with my older brother John and my younger brother Claude. We were at a karate class, and my mom was coming to pick us up with my little sister Isabel, who at that time was just 2 years old. My big brother John was 11, I was 6, my brother Claude was 4, and then my little sister Isabel was 2. Now, the karate place that I went to was not far from home. It was about 5-10 minutes. And my mom had dropped us off. The class was about an hour or so, so not too long. But I do remember that it was freezing that night. Similar to the temperatures that we've been dealing with recently here in the tri-state area, it was very, very cold. And so I do remember waiting on the curbside from my mom and wishing that she would hurry up because I was freezing. And also, my stomach was not settled. It was feeling a little uncomfortable. Now, the pain was not very strong at that exact moment, but I was definitely aware of it. And I talk about this a little bit in my self-published memoir, One Man, Three Hearts, Nine Lives. Guys, if you have not had a chance to check out my book, it's a great story that I wrote myself, self-published, and it's available as an ebook, paperback, as well as now an audiobook, if you prefer that medium. But again, so I talk about this when my mom picked us up, and I initially said to her, "Mom, I'm not feeling so well. My tummy hurts." Her first response, as any parent would say, is, "Oh, I guess somebody's gonna have to skip dessert tonight and go to bed early." And immediately I took it back. I'm like, "No, no, no. I feel fine. I'm not sick at all. I'm gonna have my dessert." My mom had ordered takeout for the family that night. Again, Friday night, she had just gotten back from a long shift at the hospital. My mom is a doctor. She did not feel like cooking. So we picked up Chinese that night and we headed home. We had dinner as a family. Next thing, as soon as I finished dinner and my dessert, slot mess, I wanted to head downstairs into my basement to play some video games with my brothers. Wanted to squeeze in some video games with my brothers before bed. Those of you that were in last night's live, you know that I talked about the fact that we were not allowed to play video games or watch television during the week. So you can imagine getting home on a Friday, going to karate, coming home having dinner. I was really anxious to get some gaming time in before I had to go to bed. And that's when things turned scary. Next thing you know, my mom, who was up in her bed, she was getting ready to relax and unwind for the night. My little brother came running up the stairs to tell her, Mommy, Mommy, something's seriously wrong with Chris. As my mom made her way downstairs, she found me halfway on the staircase, hunched over in pain. She carried me upstairs to her bathroom, where I proceeded to faint. I immediately lost consciousness. Now, for me, again, I was just 6 years old, so this story has been recounted to me several times over the years. And my mom remembers that when I lost consciousness, she placed me down on the cold tile of the bathroom floor. She ripped away there was a little mat that was on the floor that she took away so that I could be on the cold floor. And she proceeded to give me CPR. I just remember slowly coming to and hearing my mom shouting my name over and over again. And then she had my dad carry me over to the bed, where I proceeded to look at my mom and I said, Mommy, you're the best doctor in the whole world. That's something that my mom has held very close to her heart all of these years. She reminds me that I said that so many times, and I know that was a really tender and special moment for her. Good morning, Lucy Cat. Elaine says, I'm good, thanks, Christoph. I've just left the grocery store. Heading home shortly. How are you? I'm doing well, Elaine. Feeling a little bit better today. You guys know that I've been fighting with this third bout of pneumonia, and I've been receiving antibiotics following my dialysis treatments, but I'm definitely starting to feel a little bit more like myself. I think the antibiotics are starting to do their job. Yes, Donald is with us this morning. We have to have Donald to celebrate the 35-year anniversary. It's a celebration, and Donald today is our MVP Spotlight guest. Hello, Sixth Sense. How are you? Welcome to our celebration of life. 35 years since I first felt ill when I was 6 years old. Jessica, hi! How are you? Welcome to the Bash, Jessica. Guys, please don't forget to show some love and support here in the chat by donating supers, Ruby gifts. It's a party, baby. So let's celebrate in true fashion. Also, don't forget to like the live. Let's get those likes up. I want to see at least 35 likes today to celebrate my 35-year anniversary. Okay, so let's get those likes churned out. Double tap your screens. Hit the top right corner. Share the live out. It's a party, baby. We're celebrating life. We're so happy to be here, and we're so grateful to still have air in our lungs. Our heart's still beating. Our blood is flowing. So let's celebrate, guys. Also, please, if you have questions along the way as I share, the story of what happened that night, as well as just different things about what I'm grateful for, please don't hesitate to ask questions. Stop and Smile is joining us once again this morning, making us all smile in the chat. How are you, Stop and Smile? Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. So now my mom, being a physician, She clearly is noticing that I'm in distress. She proceeds to take my vitals and notices that my blood pressure and my pulse rate are extremely low, dangerously low. So she contacted my pediatrician, who was a really close friend of hers at the time. Remember, my mom is a doctor herself, so she had a lot of good friends in the medical community. And she reached out to my pediatrician, who advised that I be brought in for evaluation immediately. So my mom and dad, they quickly packed up our things, got me into the car. The next thing that I remember from this whole scenario was crossing over the bridge to go into the city, and I just remember seeing the wires of the bridge like passing by the car window because I was laid out flat in the back seat and my parents were up front. We got to the hospital. Uh, that whole scene was a blur, but I don't remember waiting long because they brought us right back. I was quickly evaluated, and believe it or not, the medical team at that time, their initial suspicion in terms of what was happening to me was that I was having appendicitis. Just based on my symptoms and how I was presenting, that's what they thought that I had. And they almost did not double check because they had me scheduled and prepped for surgery. So I was actually going to go in and get an appendectomy, even though that's not what was happening to me. It was a young resident doctor named Andy who happened to save my life by noticing on my heart monitor that my heart pulse was very low and that my heart function seemed to be out of whack. Andy recommended that I get an EKG done, and as he was talking to me and trying to get a feel for what was going on and what I was experiencing, I said to him, I'm really hungry. And that was his red herring to know that this was not appendicitis. Because appendicitis does not present with people having an appetite. Usually, if you are going through an episode where your appendix is about to burst, you have no appetite whatsoever. So Andy was able to clue into the fact that something more serious was going on. And so he recommended some further testing where they realized that no, I was not having appendicitis. I was actually in complete heart block. So in that moment, a young resident who was just starting their career, being alert, paying attention, looking further, saved my life and prevented me from having a serious surgery, an appendectomy. I almost had my appendix removed unnecessarily. Yo, it's Adrian! How are you? Good to see you back. Good morning, producer Jennifer. Jessica, I know I don't even want to think about how things could have played out if they had not picked up on that. Because, mind you, I was in complete heart block, so I was actively in heart failure. And anybody knows that one of the things that you have to protect going into general surgery is your heart. And so I don't think I would have even survived the appendectomy with my heart being in that shape. As soon as they probably would have started to administer the medicine to put me under, I could have gone into AFib or something serious could have potentially happened. Fred, what's going on? Good morning, Fred. Welcome to my celebration of life party. 35 years. Today makes 35 years since the night that I first felt ill. Now I'm sure you can imagine people now realizing that this is much more serious than they had originally anticipated. I was in heart failure as a 6-year-old and they had to do something fast. The doctors took my parents out into the waiting room where they tried to calmly explain to them how serious this was and that they would have to make an attempt to implant a pacemaker. That was their only shot at saving my life because I was within minutes. I was starting to turn blue. I was losing oxygen. I was having trouble breathing, serious chest pain. And so my parents had to act quickly in that moment. But you can imagine two parents who were just having dinner with their healthy 6 year old, and now they're being told that their little boy may have less than 6 months to live. It's really hard to maintain your composure in that moment and think rationally in any sense. You know, your mind is all over the place. So I can't even imagine what my parents were experiencing in that moment. My mom actually discusses it a little bit in the short documentary. Those of you that have not been able to see it, you can check it out. It started with the heart on Vimeo, a Sugar Beach digital production distributed by DocuMarket. It's an excellent way to get a different perspective on my journey and everything that I've been through. Such a powerful, inspirational story. 23 minutes produced by Sugar Beach Digital. They did such an excellent job of consolidating my story. But my mom is interviewed in the short, and she does give a little bit of her perspective on that night. So I would recommend checking it out. Jessica says, "Oh wow, I have a 7 year old son. I can't even imagine." Jessica, it's tough. It's really, that's your little baby, you know, and he's always going to be your baby. 7 or 35, 55, that's still going to be your little son. Elaine says respectfully, "Is your dad still living? Just curious as I haven't seen him since you popped into my feed 3 months ago." Elaine, yes, yes, my dad is living. We do not live in the same state. My dad actually recently moved out of the country, so I don't see him as often as my other family members, but he's still kicking. So back in 1990, you have to remember that one, myofibrillary myopathy was virtually not known. So the doctors had no idea what was taking place with me at that time. They didn't know what caused this, where this came from. They were really baffled. And they were also, here in New York, not equipped to handle my care. It was just too much for them. They did not know where to begin. And so my case was evaluated and sent down to the National Institute of Health, which is a specialty research hospital located in Bethesda, Maryland. And so they just thought that it was a better idea to have me transferred down there for my care. So I was emergently transferred via Airbus with my parents down to Bethesda, Maryland, where I was admitted to the National Institutes of Health. Mind you, again, being that all of this was so new and especially not common in someone so young like me, there were no other children patients in the hospital at the time. I was the first pediatric patient that was admitted to not the National Institutes of Health in their heart unit. And it was actually so funny because they had no child size gown, so I had to wear one of their adult gowns for the duration of my stay. And one thing that my parents and even some of the nursing staff over there recall is how funny it was to see my little short body as a 6 year old walking down the halls with this long adult sized gown dragging on the floor with my heart monitor carrying around my little Donald Duck with me everywhere. It was such a sight to see. Six Sense, how are you? And I'm sure you can imagine Producer Jennifer calls me Hammy now, but all the nurses and the doctors, even the entire staff at the hospital down there, they thought that I was just the cutest little ham. Now, this guy, let's talk about Donald and how he came into play. So, I live in New Jersey. I'm in northern Jersey, and remember, 1990, my parents rushed me across the bridge to New York Hospital where I was initially seen. Once they realized that they were not equipped to handle my care and they did not really know what was going on with me, I was transferred down to the NIH, the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda, Maryland. So I got sick in February. I spent about a month in the hospital here in New York before being transferred down to the NIH. Now, when I was transferred to the NIH, I knew that Easter was coming up, and my only concern was worrying about somebody telling the Easter Bunny that I was not going to be at home. I remember asking my parents, how is the Easter Bunny going to know that I'm here? How is he going to find me? And my parents reassured me that they would get a message to the Easter Bunny to tell him where I was. And so, sure enough, Easter morning, I woke up to a basket at the bottom of my bed, and inside the basket was Mr. Donald Duck. And he has been with me ever since. 35 years together. I love Donald so much. He brought me so much comfort and joy. He brought me a lot of happiness. I had many conversations with Donald. My parents were not allowed to stay with me at night. And again, as a 6-year-old in an unfamiliar place, an unfamiliar state, I was really scared, especially at night when my parents would have to leave. But this guy, he kept me lots of company, and for whatever reason, our imaginations as children are so powerful that I really believe that he was going to protect me, and I think he did. He did just that. Mrs. G, our parlor car member with us in the chat for today's celebration. How are you, Mrs. G? Good to see you. They had you cleaning the floors with that hospital gown. Yes, exactly. Just dragging along. The medical team at the NIH, they saw how attached to Donald I was and what a big source of comfort he was for me. And so they even allowed Donald to accompany me to get my testing done and even to some of my procedures. I remember going for a cardiac cath, which is their way of testing the pressures in the heart. And they even dressed Donald up. They got him prepped for surgery. They put a gown and a mask on Donald. He was allowed to come into surgery with me. And one of the nurses in the operating room, she was so sweet because she told me, she said, so everything that I do to you, I'll do to Donald first, just so you can see that it doesn't hurt. So before attaching the heart monitor to me, she put the little leads on Donald, and she was like, you see, it doesn't hurt Donald. So that I allowed her to proceed with me. When she was getting ready to even put in the IV, she did a little fake quote-unquote demonstration where she attempted to put the IV in Donald's little furry arm. And then when I saw it didn't hurt Donald, because he didn't scream or anything, such a champ, then I allowed them to proceed with the IV for me. Almir! Oh my gosh! Oh, this is such a nice surprise for the celebration to have Almir joining us this morning. Welcome back! It's good to see you. How have you been? And of course, coming in with a generous super as part of our 35-year celebration today. Beller! Hi, Beller! How are you? Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have so many of you joining us this morning as we celebrate my being alive 35 years later since the night that I first fell ill. I was given less than 6 months to live, and now I'm celebrating 35 years. That's the power of believing in yourself. That's the power of the mind, the power of positivity, the power of faith, the power of tenacity. Never give up, my friends. It ain't over till it's over. Almir, thank you. You too. I really hope that you enjoy a wonderful day, my friend. Ellen! Yes, I am. I'm probably just very into my story, Ellen. There's so much to share. I've been really reflecting on that night, what transpired in the months after, and just how lucky I am to still be here with everything that I've gone through, everything that I've survived. Emmanuel, can you just push me over, please? Thank you. Thank you. You know, and I talked about this in the members only on Thursday. So, in my Easter basket, I actually also got a bunch of things candy, of course, chocolate bunny, but one thing that I loved was I got an Uno deck. It was my first Uno deck, and I got a set of dominoes, which was awesome because I got to play with all of the guests that visited with me. My parents taught me how to play Uno, and at the time, I thought that I was the Uno king. My mom has later revealed to me that she used to let me win, which is slot mess rude. Okay, how rude. My dad was a little bit more of a realist and was like, hey, I'm not going to just let him win. He's got to earn it. But I was really fortunate because I always had family with me. My siblings came down shortly after we got settled and they stayed for a little while, so it was great to have them there with me. My uncles, my aunts, people from our community, our family priest came down to be with me for a couple days. And so that was all really special to me, just to feel so supported and loved in that moment. I was never left alone, aside from the nighttime when visiting hours just did not permit that. But I always had someone staying with me. And that always made me feel really special. It was also really nice to have my parents around so much. I had two working parents growing up, and they worked long, late hours. So I really felt like this is a great time to have my parents all to myself. Even though I'm in pain and I don't feel the best, it's nice to have mom and dad both with me. Kid Perfect 4, how are you? Welcome to the party, buddy. We are celebrating life, my friend. Okay, Elaine. She's a slot said, right? She could have kept that information to herself. I know. I know. You kept that secret for over 30 years. Why spoil it now? Who? Who? Our member who is in the chat says it's good to have good people in your life. Helps you to thrive more. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. And that is a lesson that I really learned working with producer Jennifer. Prior to being connected to her award winning talent and her prestigious skills, I was very much a guy that prided himself on trying to do everything alone. Oh, yes, I could do this myself. I could get it on my own. And I have realized that you don't go very far when you're just trying to work and do everything on your own. You need the support of a team because you have to recognize that there are weaknesses and certain things that you're not going to be able to do. And so that's where other people, their strengths come in, and together, what does producer Jennifer always remind us? Together we are stronger, and together we are victorious. And so I'm so fortunate now to have a team in my corner that believes in me, believes in my mission, is able to help pick up the slack in areas that I'm not able to, especially now as I am continuing to get weaker and become more debilitated. I'm going to have to expand and grow my team, which is why we're so appreciative to anybody who offers their editing, volunteering services, anybody that offers any volunteering services whatsoever, and any doctors in the chat that are interested in research and development moving forward to help us to grow awareness for myofibrillar myopathy. That's what it's all about. Coming together as a collective. And that extends even here on the Heart Train. Do you see how we are able to move leaps forward when you guys come together and donate collectively? Whatever it is you're able to contribute, what I'm saying collectively, it really makes a difference. So please take advantage of those supers, of the rubies, liking the live. We're at 17 likes. Come on, guys, I want to see 35. All right, I want to see 35 today. We're celebrating 35 years. Let's get it. And also, don't forget, you can join my members. You wanna join my members? Six Cents Amelia coming in with a generous super. Says your Heart Train family loves you very much, Christoph. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Damian Cole is here with us. Guys, W's in the chat for Amelia, keeping our party going today with her generous super donation, celebrating 35 years of life. And remembering that reminds me that I have a purpose. Guys, there's no way that could have survived these last 35 years if it wasn't for something bigger, if it wasn't for a purpose larger than me. I know in my heart that God has called me to this mission for a reason. That God knew that my story and my journey would have lasting impact on the world. And so today we celebrate that. We celebrate life. We celebrate all of us. Damien, I am. Because I'm alive and I'm with my Heart Train. And I'm celebrating with you, my Heart Train family, first, before anybody else. Of course, I got a text from Mom and my siblings and my dad this morning. They all were very quick to commemorate today. And then I came right here to join producer Jennifer and my Heart Train family. So, I was telling you that being one of the first pediatric patients at the National Institutes of Health, soon thereafter, they actually developed a place called the Children's Inn, which was about a half a mile down the road from the hospital, where children of the hospital that were coming in to town for visits and their families could stay. So it wasn't part of the hospital. Like when I say that, I mean that it wasn't a medical facility, so it wasn't equipped to handle care, but it was more like a hotel. So it was called the Children's Inn. I loved this place. They made the place so magical for children. It was like a mini Disney in terms of like a hotel. Everything was so fun. They had cartoon images everywhere. They had mascots that would walk around the hotel dressed up as like Donald Duck. Although this is the OG, this is the original. Mickey, Minnie Mouse. They had a playroom. They had a dining area where they had all kinds of fun snacks and treats that we could just take as much as we wanted. So I thought that place was a very special place, and I love that they incorporated that for the children. Now, mind you, back in 1990, even though I had all kinds of testing done and there were so many different blood tests they had to do and all kinds of machines and poking and prodding, they were still not able to diagnose my condition. They actually believed that I had a virus that somehow I must have contracted. They thought because we travel a lot as a family, especially internationally, because my parents are both from outside of the country. They thought that maybe I had picked up a virus that had attacked my heart and caused me to go into complete heart block. It wasn't until over 2 decades later when I started to experience additional symptoms of myofibrillar myopathy that they were able to do further testing and find out that I have what is called a rare genetic condition, myofibrillar myopathy. Hello, Logan! What's up? How are you? Welcome to the celebration, my friend. Yes, producer Jennifer is giving a special shout out and thank you to Drea and Mrs. G. Thank you for riding solo and carrying the heart train with your star memberships. You're bringing big support monthly. Thank you, all subs. Thank you guys. You guys are really, really the best, and I really appreciate all of you rallying to support me and help me in my mission. You're really saving my life, and I cannot thank you enough. Thank you all so much. Do you guys have any questions about the night that I initially got sick? Anything at all? I also hope that you guys are getting ready for a great week. Oh, the weather here in Jersey is finally going to be a little bit warmer. We should be in about the 50s. Another sign that spring is around the corner. I cannot wait. Money moves. I know winter is your time, but me, I'm like fast forward. Let's go. Let's get to the spring. But we're also going to have a wonderful week this week just because we believe it. Just because we're putting out those intentions and we are ready to embrace all of the amazing thing that life has to offer us. And I know that Mondays can be tough, but you have to start from today to prepare your mindset, okay? To get into that thinking that you can do it. To be positive, to not see Monday as a dreary, gloomy day, but as a chance for you to be able to spring forward. Bengal gifted one membership to a lucky Zonic. Oh, that's so sweet. Zonic. Zonic is one of our loyal Heart Train passengers, so I'm really happy Zonic was gifted. Bengal, thank you so much. W's in the chat for Bengal and their generosity. Producer Jennifer is reminding the chat that without our members, most months we would not reach the minimum payout paid by YouTube. As big hearted as One Man, Three Hearts and the Heart Train is, our view, ad watching, believe doesn't level up. So a big smooch to all. Yes, perfect timing indeed. To join my members. You wanna join my members. Pneumonia, be gone. Be gone. See, those lungs are coming back. Drea said, were you able to decorate your room? If so, what did you choose? No, actually, I didn't decorate my room. I'm celebrating in my hearts today. I'm celebrating in spirit. Maybe treat myself to a good dinner later. Modge Podge, good morning. How are you? Welcome to the celebration. Celebrating 35 years. Guys, today is the official anniversary since I first fell ill, February 23rd, 1990. Now, another fun behind the scenes fact is that today is my uncle's birthday. Today's my uncle's birthday, and back in February of 1990, my uncle was actually scheduled to celebrate with my parents. My parents were supposed to go out into the city that night for dinner and dancing with my uncle and his wife. And my Aunt Simone, in the book, it's actually my Aunt Yannick in real life, she called my dad and advised him that she did not think it was a good idea for him and my mom to go out that night. Now, my aunt is considered a bit of a clairvoyant in our family, and so my dad took her advice. Literally, he took it very seriously, and so they ended up canceling their plans, and thank God, because they were home and able to rush me to the hospital when the event occurred. Isn't that crazy? My aunt called my dad that morning and she said she was crying. She was sobbing, and that gave my dad chills because he knew that she was not playing around. And she said, Claude, listen, you cannot go out tonight. I know that it's Alain's birthday, but please, you have to stay home. I have a very bad feeling something is going to happen and you need to be home with the kids. Thank you. 6 cents a million. Thank you so much. And Roberts. Yes. Wild, wild. Listen, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You cannot make this stuff up. And especially when I was writing my book, being able to connect all of those dots and see all of those different signs at work, and it really made me understand that there is something bigger behind the scenes at play, if that makes sense. But again, sometimes we're not able to make those connections unless we are really looking for them. It's really easy in life for things to go over our heads and for us to miss very important signs. But I will tell you this, that once you start looking for those signs and you start paying attention, ah, then everything will start to come together. And you'll start to see those signs everywhere. It'll start to become more predominant and more evident in your life. But you really just have to start by looking out for it and starting to pay attention. Yes, ghosts unspeakable, for sure, for sure. And I believe very much that certain people are just gifted and they are more in touch with the spiritual realm and energies. And my aunt is one of those people. Yes, being open to signs. Absolutely, absolutely. Having an open mind is a big part of it too. Because if you are closed minded or you are shutting off your emotions and you're so quick to dismiss things, then you're not going to be able to notice them either. Emily, hello! Happy Sunday, Emily. Welcome to our celebration. Welcome, new viewers, says producer Jennifer, and especially all our beautiful OGs. Group hug to each of us. Yes, producer Jennifer. Virtual hugs in the chat. Oh, she's a slot mess. We played everything. So I was very fortunate growing up. I had the original Nintendo, I had Sega Genesis, and Super Nintendo. I love the classic Mario. Um, what were some of the others that I really loved? Contra. I also had a Mickey Mouse game that I loved. Ninja Turtles. Oh my gosh, getting the pizza and getting a full life. The best. Drea says, when the first event happened, how long were you in the hospital? So I was in New York Hospital about a month and a half before I was transferred down to the NIH. And then in the NIH, I spent about another month or so before coming home. Duck Hunt, yes. Yes, oh my god, that was the coolest. Especially, that seemed very advanced for a time. For our time, the fact that we could connect the gun and aim and shoot, that seemed very advanced. Drea! With our first Ruby of our celebration of life today. Thank you so much, Drea. Guys, W's in the chat for Drea. That's what I like to see. That's a party, baby. We got supers, we got rubies, we got likes, we got subs. Let's keep it going. And we even got members. Corrupted by Life, good morning. How are you? I hope you have a great day, my friend. So much digital swagger in the chat. I love it. I love to see all the green. We love our members. Up, down. BA, select start. She's a slot mess. You are something else. You are literally, I think that we were definitely connected in a previous life. You are, I love it. I love it. I'm literally gonna say that. So I'm gonna text that to my brother once I get off the live. Up, down, BA, start. Select start. Yes, I had a power pad. I also had a Game Genie. When I came home, because again my heart was very sensitive and I wasn't allowed to do too much strenuous activity, my parents actually relocated all of my favorite things from the basement up into my bedroom. So they brought up the television, and mind you, up until that point, I did not have a TV in my bedroom. So, like I said, listen, I know I was sick and I was going through a lot, but there were some pretty sweet perks. As a kid, your mind, you're so easily influenced and so easily made happy sometimes that coming home to having my gaming system and a TV set up in my bedroom, all of my favorite toys were up there. Also, one of my parents had to take time off of work to stay with me. And so my dad was the one that decided to take a leave of absence. And again, my parents worked so hard, so to have my dad home with me every day was so cool and special. Now, my dad homeschooled me for the first few months that I wasn't able to go back to school, which also was really helpful and cool because that allowed me not to get left back. I was able to maintain my pace with my studies and also continue classes with the remaining students. So my dad was very strict for from that standpoint. You know, we had regular homeschool days that were just like a regular school day. He would get me up early in the morning. I would take my shower, have my breakfast, and then we would get right into schoolwork and studies. We only stopped for lunch slash recess. We would go outside, you know, get some air. My dad would take me to ride my bike or something, and then we'd come back in and finish up the school day. Now, I was allowed to watch TV and play video games during the week in my recovery, so that was also another added perk. Being allowed TV in the bedroom is a big deal as a kid. Huge, huge. And again, my dad set up my Nintendo gaming system too. I remember that. Do you guys remember the duck that would? It was the cartoon where the duck would. It wasn't Donald Duck, not Daffy Duck. Not Scrooge. Is it Scrooge Duck? He had the money full of gold coins and he would jump in and swim in the money. Who was that cartoon? Because there was a video game version that I loved to play. Liam! What's up? How are you? It was Scrooge. Okay, that's what I thought. Scrooge McDuck? Was that what it? And he was really rich? Oh my gosh, the best. Uncle Scrooge! And Donald, right, Donald? Guys, I want to give a special shout out to Donald. Donald, thank you for riding with me. I can't believe Donald. If your eyes could talk, if your beak could quack, you would have so much to say. You could be a special guest in the documentary. Tell them all about how I was as a kid. Nothing bad though, okay, Donald? Only the good things about me as a kid. He's Donald's uncle. Donald, where's that stash? What happened to that inheritance? Can you donate to the GoFundMe? Talk to Scrooge about donating, please. Girls get hiccups too. Good morning, honey. How are you? Welcome to our celebration of life. They gave me 6 months. I'm celebrating 35 years, baby. 29 likes. We're so close. Let's get to that 35. Let's get to that 35. Double tap your screens. Hit the top right corner, three dot drop down menu. Damien Cole. Good morning, good morning. I'm glad. I'm glad. Girls get hiccups too. I'm so happy this morning. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy to be alive. And I'm so happy to be celebrating with all of you, my heart train passengers. Is anyone watching the stream on the TV? Producer Jennifer is asking. Anybody watching the stream on the TV this morning? Slot Mess is on their phone. 6 cents! Yes! Yeah, baby! You are watching a miracle live. How many people get to say that? You guys are watching a live miracle. Jennifer said, I'm watching, and Chris, you're hugging Donald so affectionately on the big screen. It's so adorable. Oh my god, if your beak could quack. Yes, Drea. I'm telling you, producer Jennifer opened up my eyes to that world. It's a whole different experience. YouTube on the TV is a whole different. I'll never forget. Producer Jennifer said, "Chris, have you ever rewatched yourself on the TV?" And I was like, "On a TV? No. What do you mean?" So Chris, do me a favor. With me on the phone right now, can you pull up your account? So I go pull it up. I'm like, wow, the effect of just seeing myself on a big screen like that, talking and sharing my powerful message. Wow, incredible. Yes, smart TV. Go to YouTube and watch without bending your neck, breaking your neck. Oh no, it is bending. It is bending. Save your neck, watch on TV. Exactly, slot mess. Okay, I love you too, Ellen. Have a great day, and I hope that you have a great shift at work. Sorry that I was missing your messages before, Boo. That was not intentional. I'm just so into the celebration of life. But I love you, honey, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and an even better week, Ellen. Everybody here, guys, let's say it together. We are going to have an amazing week. We are alive. We are blessed. We are fortunate. We should be grateful for life. We are here and we are going to have a wonderful, amazing week, Heart Train fam. Damien, I love you too. Have a wonderful and beautiful week. Okay, have a great day, Damien. I love you too, Ellen. Yes, donate and save a life. Girls get hiccups too. Guys, if you could do me a favor today, please, okay, as a gift to me for our celebration, please visit our GoFundMe. The quick link support is in our bio description of the homepage and donate whatever you can. $1, $5, anything makes a difference. But let's get that GoFundMe back up. Let's get it going. Okay, we have to hit that $50,000 milestone mark, and we cannot do it without you. So please, as a gift today, for all of you that are watching now and watching the replay, help me in my mission to move myofibular myopathy. Visit my GoFundMe. It started with the heart. GoFundMe. You can type it or you can hit that quick link in our bio. I would really appreciate you guys making a generous contribution today to celebrate my 35-year anniversary of life since I was given 6 months to live. Today's celebration was sponsored by 5heartsmerch.com. You can also visit our merchandise and swagger website. Get yourself some merch. Go out into the world and represent for the brand One Man, Three Hearts, and also help to raise awareness for myofibular myopathy, disability, organ donation, and chronic illness. I want to thank you all so much for your continued support. Thank you guys for rallying behind me. Thank you guys for continuing to engage with the channel. Your likes, your comments, your shares, and your visiting of the support links all help us in our mission to move myofibular myopathy forward. A big shout out especially to all of our loyal members here on the channel. You guys are the heart and soul of the Heart Train, and we appreciate you immensely. Alright, Drea. Drea, hope you have a safe drive. Thank you so much for being such a big part of the Heart Train and all of our love here. She's a slot mess. Let's go. 3 more likes, y'all. Yeah, give me and Donald a like. Me and my buddy Donald. 6 cents? Really? Oh, 6 cents. Yes, we have a GoFundMe. It started with the heart on GoFundMe with a $100,000 goal. We just passed $35,000 mark thanks to Drea. Drea's generosity put us at our $35,000 mark, and our next bench goal mark is 50,000, and we need your help to get there. Everybody collectively, if you just donate a little something, then we can make strides. 11:11, Godwink. Well, it's 12:11 over here. Kai the goalie. Let's go. Good to see you, Kai. Happy Sunday. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well, bud. Guys, 12:12, new beginnings. Let's set our intentions for the remainder of the week and also going forward for a bounty of blessings, prosperity, and positivity in all of our lives. And I'm wishing that for all of you. Shout out to producer Jennifer Cascardo. Guys, let's show some love and give it up for producer Jennifer Cascardo, producer of One Man Three Hearts, creator of the Heart Train, co-content creator, marketing strategist, the genius behind the scenes. Guys, give it up for our live stream moderator that holds it down in all of our live stream chats, producer Jennifer Cascardo. I'm so happy to share this journey with you. You are in the future. Yes, I certainly am. Thank you, Amelia. Best mod and producer ever. Jennifer, yes. Producer Jennifer says, one can imagine Move MFM isn't a viral subject. It isn't clickbait, so we can't thank you enough for fueling me and my dream of financial independent life. Journey to the full documentary and raise awareness for MFM. Thank you guys all so much for being a part of my special celebration this morning. I'm really so thankful. Thankful for all of you. Thankful for life. Thankful for my blessings. Thankful for God and Jesus. Today's the day of gratitude and the day of celebration and appreciation. Producer Jennifer says, if you watched the short documentary and follow along, One Man, Three Hearts, you know 23 minutes does not tell the story of me. So we have so much more to tell, so much more to fill you guys in on, so many more characters to introduce. So please help us in our mission. Donate to my GoFundMe. Help me to move myofibrillar myopathy forward. We got this, baby. We got this. I need your support, gang. I need you guys to come through. Donate to my GoFundMe. Visit my support links. We're at 32 likes. We're so close to 35. I need to see that 35. Let's hit that 35, guys. Double tap your screens and hit the top right corner 3-dot drop down menu. Do you guys see 32 likes or 33? What are we seeing, 32 or 33? Okay, so I'm always one behind. So we need 2 more likes. Let's hit that 35 for our 35-year anniversary. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. John Mayer. It is our special spotlight guest today, Donald Duck, who has been my ride or die for the last 35 years, so I figured it only apropos to give Donald his flowers today. John Mayer is going well. It's going very well. I'm happy today. I'm feeling pretty good, not too sick, so I'm grateful. Yeah, he's been with me a whole journey, whole medical journey. Yes, I've been to Disney World. I've never been to Disneyland, but I've been to Disney World down in Florida. John, can you double tap your screen? Give us a like. Push us to 34. That's good, John. I'm glad. I'm glad. We love when you guys are having a good day. Also, chat, we did post a survey yesterday. Please do us a favor and vote in that survey. It'll take you less than 30 seconds. Just go to our community post section and you'll see the survey. It's the most recent post in the comments. We just want to know if you guys have been receiving your notifications because we've gotten so many complaints. So please, guys, do us a favor and vote in our most recent survey yesterday. Also, we'll be back again on Tuesday night for another powerful live, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and then we have our members only exclusive on Thursday. We will potentially be popping up throughout the week at dialysis, so look out for us again at that time as well. Be sure to set your notifications, but you can also check around 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time to see if we're live from dialysis Monday, Wednesday, Friday. One more like, guys. I need one more like. One more. We need one more like. 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 John, have a great rest of your day and an even better week, my friend. Thank you, Amelia. Amelia just voted in the survey. Thank you so much. Be like Amelia. Vote in our survey. Producer Jennifer says, Spotlight Victory Series on 5heartsmerch.com. Swagger up and be like Donald. A big support from me. Alright, John, hopefully I'll see you again in one of our lives this week. One more like. Just one more, guys. One more for our 35 years of life. I'm waiting so patiently to see that switch. Wait, so that means Donald is 35. Donald is 35, and I am 41. Donald, I look better than you, though, girl. Shoot. I think you need a little Botox right there between the eyes. You know, Donald? You got a little wrinkly there. A little wrinkly in the fur. Producer Jennifer is making a very important announcement. Reminder, please review your subscriptions as we've not gained a sub in 90 days. YT Bubble Bath on bots is a big sign of subs. Buy fake accounts. Oh, they wash out those fake accounts. Botox wrinkly fur. And listen, you don't see Donald up close like I do. Donald is aged. Donald has some things going on. Donald has some crow's feet. I'm so sorry, Donald. I'm not trying to put your business out there, but you know, you need a little help, buddy. Donald's like, why don't you try keeping your blue, crisp shirt and bow tie wrinkle free for 35 years? Donald's an Uncle Ned, he sure is. 35 likes. 35 likes. Sunday morning with the Heart Train family, beautiful once again. Thank you all, and the subs, for being you. 35, baby. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for making this celebration so special. 1222. Perfect timing. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm so glad to have you all on this journey with me. Thank you for your continued support. Please continue the rally all week long. Visit our support links in the bio. Visit the GoFundMe. It started with the heart on GoFundMe. Join our members, watch the short documentary, read my book, and watch all of our content. Like, comment, and share. Donald is 35, an uncle, and an alternate godfather, too. Rides with Kristoff. I love you guys. Have a great, great day. Thank you for celebrating with me, and have a wonderful week. Shout out producer Jennifer. Shout out all of our members and all of our OG subscribers and viewers. I love you guys. Thank you. Emmanuel? All right, Donald. What do you say we pack it up for today? Bye, guys. I love you.